How are you all? My name is Nicole Yvonne, and this is Healing on the Mat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Whether you are new or you have been coming for a while, I appreciate every single view, every like, share, subscribe, and follow. So thank you all so much for being here. If you like what you see, please do one of the above or all of the above. Every little bit goes a long, long way. Today, I am sitting in this corner because we are going to focus on breath work today. In yoga, breath work is called pranayama, and anytime we focus on our breathing, that is what we call it, pranayama. And today we're going to do a couple of things with our breath as we go throughout our practice. Primarily, you're going to be grounding yourself. So that is grounding breath work. Anytime we focus on our core and our stability, that is your grounding breath work. And we are going to start by grounding ourselves into our body, into our practice, into what we're doing here today. The next one that you're going to be focusing on is body scanning. So we are going to move from our lower body all the way up into our crown in order to make sure that we scan our body for any blockages, any place where energy is stagnant and it's not moving. We can intentionally use breath in order to create more space in our body and just constantly keep things flowing. The next thing that you want to be on the lookout for is your somatic breath work. As we do this, they're one and the same, but there are three different things that you're focusing on kind of simultaneously. And so in that somatic breath work, remember I've told you before that can cause emotional release. I did some somatic work the other day, and I don't really know what was happening, but I did start crying. Like I got to just that certain little point and tears were flowing. And every time I got to that point, the tears were flowing. So it will happen. Sometimes you will know why, sometimes you won't. So as you go through that somatic release, just acknowledge if the emotions come. If they come, let them flow. If you know why, journal why after, because that's going to be a part of your shadow work or your time alone for you to meditate and understand on a deeper level what's happening. Remember, the body always keeps the score. And so even myself, I have some areas where I have some blockages and I'm a lot more stiff than I used to be. Surprisingly, most of mine, as I went to the doctors, has to do with hormones. So who would have known that hormones could have such a major effect on everything that's happening in your lower abdomen? But of course, that area can affect our solar plexus. Not our solar plexus, it can affect our hip flexors. It can affect our hips. It can affect our lymphatic drainages, which can cause a lot of issues, especially down into the knees. So if you're stiff, which I am, then it's okay. What I would like for you to do is get a blanket and wrap yourself with that blanket. I am not going to. I would love to. In my private time, I will be able to. But for this practice, I want you to be able to see my belly and the movement of it in order for you to engage the same way. And then I want you to have a candle or some essential oils. Remember that smell is a great sensory tool that helps these neurotransmitters calm down and send good signals. So if you have candles, you can get something that's calming and soothing and you know that will relax you. Or you can get something like, I think it's yin yang, where it's a little stronger, but it will help you to focus, right? Some calm, some help. Great intention. And the other thing that I want you to do is make sure that before you start this class, you do have the time, the space, and the ability to put your mind into your practice, because that is going to be one of the most important tools as you go throughout this practice, making sure that you have the time to be aware, making sure that you have the time to stop and pay attention to your breath and how it works in your body is going to be very, very, very critical. So if the kids are around, if the TV is on, if you are not truly taking time to pour and invest into your practice, then the results are going to yield accordingly, and that won't be as successful as it can be. So I want you to start sitting. You can also do this standing in a chair or even lying down if this becomes too uncomfortable. But I do want you to push past some of that angst that you feel at first, because the goal is that as you continue to breathe and trust your body a little more and relax and let things go, then we are going to create space for all of this to feel a lot more comfortable. But you start where you need to. If you need to sit on pillows or grab blocks, that is perfectly okay as well. But I'm going to stay right here. And you can start cross-legged, or if you can even stack those legs as such, that is fine too. My knee hurts just a little bit, so I'm going to start there. Maybe, hopefully, I'll end up, I'm sorry, I'm going to start here with just my ankles on top of each other. Maybe I'll end up there, maybe not, but this is comfortable for me. So start where you may. Remember, you have the ground as grounding, and you have this wall as support to ground your spine as well. Sometimes we want to sit up and do it on our own, but this spine is longevity and life, and these shoulders carry the weight of the world, and sometimes it can just be too much. So if you have a little support against your back, it's going to help you just feel stronger, again, more supported, and you'll be able to stack that spine just a little bit more. So bring yourself to your practice. If you've gotten all those things that we just mentioned, it is hard for me to have music because of recording issues and all of that. So if you're able to throw on some meditation music in your space, please do so. That will help as well. Make sure that it's calming, very minimal words. You can even use the megahertz depending on which ones you want to. I would say full body, but it's up to you. But get ready to bring yourself to your practice, and I hope that you get the full experience out of this. So bring those hands up. You can close your eyes. I'm going to keep mine closed probably majority of the practice, so don't zone out on me. I won't zone out on you, but I am present and here. Even if my eyes are closed, I'm experiencing this with you. And right now, I just want you to close your eyes, bring yourself to your practice, calm your face, relax the muscles in your body as you simply breathe normal. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And as you bring yourself to your practice, start to take those breaths in as deep as you can. And exhale as slow as you can. Again, inhale, slow and steady as long as you can. Exhale. One last time. Exhale. Now I want you to inhale. And imagine that your body is like a puppet on a string. And so as you inhale, it lengthens out as much as it can, and all that air pushes down into your pelvic floor, engaging the core. Exhale, hold on to the strength in your core. Again, inhale. So we are filling the belly with life and air, but we're making sure that air shoots all the way down to our pelvic floor. We're kind of tucking the pelvis, squeezing tight in the lower abdomen. Hold. Exhale, let it go, but try to hold on to the space that you've created again. Now, this is your grounding. As you continue to do this, I want you to feel that tuck in your pelvis, releasing your lower spine as well. Remember, you are using this wall. Keep those eyes closed and just pay attention to the breath, the small movement and the shifts within your body. Remember that exhale is to let everything go, everything. Now what I want you to do is you're going to take 3 inhales. Let it all go. Now, yes, that breath is rising up, but you're still focusing all of that breath right down here in the belly. But you do want to feel your spine lengthen as you do it again. Lock the core, engage it. Again. If you feel that tension in those hip flexors in your groin, hold it out. When you release, let it all go. Come on again. Last time. Very good. Let that settle for just a minute. Now, when you inhale, I want you to isolate. You should feel like you're isolating all of that breath to the left side of your abdomen. Okay? Now, not 3 big breaths, just one inhale. Flex a little on the lower abdomen into the rib cage. All that breath, inhaling in, all to the left side. So when you flex, you want to flex through the groin, through the lower abdomen, and then into the rib cage. Again. And in other practices, they make this look so graceful, and eventually it is. But in the beginning, if you need to use some strength, utilize it. As you become better at it, you should be able to naturally do it without all the strength. Again. Last time. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right side. Now remember, you're scanning your body. One side may feel totally different than the other. This was my harder side. So I'm going to do this side just for extra credit. Go to the left if that was your harder side, whichever one. Very good. Now we're going to move up to the solar plexus. If you want to rise off the wall for this one, you can. Rise up. Now that breath starts down there, but just like that stream, now you're flexing your upper abdomen into your rib cage, filling all that breath into the rib cage, your solar plexus, your identity, your sense of self-awareness, your security. It's very subtle, but you can see the length. Close those eyes, channel that energy, the breath of God that sustains you, that helps you, that heals you, that energizes you. Keep breathing. One more. Feel it necessary to say here that sometimes we want everything to look so gentle and breezy and all of that stuff. But a lot of this that our body is taking on is problems and traumas that we've been through in our life. And each person has their own set of struggles. And some is harder than the others. So if you need to take that breath, if you need to exhale a little louder, a little harder, that is okay. This is your safe space. This is your environment that you are creating, and you will listen to your body and you will know what you need. Now we move up to the heart. All that energy comes up to this chest, up to the heart, the area of forgiveness, compassion, love for mankind and for ourselves. Keep going. Isolate, trap that air there. This is not only helping your heart, it's helping the center of your back and your shoulders a little. All right. Now, it's not just you. I'm a little numb too, so take some time. Rock those legs back and forth. We're going to finish out this practice. We're not done yet. Wiggle the toes. You can pat the feet. All right, now some of you, it may take a little longer than others. I'm back to normal now. I am going to cross my legs this time and just sit cross-legged. We cannot use the other word. All right, now what we're going to do is 3-part breathing. So you're going to inhale 1, 2, 3. But instead of isolating it in one area like we did before, we're going to carry that breath from our belly to our rib cage to our chest. And we're going to release the opposite way. We're going to release from the chest to the rib cage to the belly. This is 3-part breathing. I think it's also called Dorgma breathing. So bring those hands up, bring that back into the wall, get ready. Sorry. 3 parts. Hold, exhale, chest, ribs, stomach, engage it all. Okay, again. Work that core. You should feel that spine get longer. You have this wall to support you. Come on again. A few more times. Last time. Very good. Now we're going to breathe all of that life up into this crown, this third eye in the crown, all right? So now what you want to imagine is that the breath is coming in through your nose, up your nasal cavity, into your head, all the way down your spine, back into your belly, okay? But you really want to focus on stimulating your brain, stimulating your mind, okay? So as you inhale, remember it's going to go up your nasal cavity all the way up into the mind, filling all the way down back into the belly, and then we slowly release, okay? But you're not literally filling the belly, you're filling the brain, and the air is just funneling all the way down to all that space we just created, okay? Get ready. Now this time I do want you to push it back out through the nose because we're going to try to push it back out the same way it went up. And if you do it through your mouth, that's going to be a little harder to do. Try again. Lighten the stress in the forehead. A few more times. Our mind is so important and critical that we're going to stay here just a little longer. Last time, make it critical. Very good. Now I want you to come up off that wall, sit up tall, elongate that spine, and we're going to take 3 breaths collectively all throughout our whole body. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Feel the whole body. Again. These are critical breaths. They're important. It is life being breathed into your body. Remember that you are alive, that you have a soul in there. That it is functioning and operating, and it has space to be healthy and whole and secure and confident. I said 3. Give me one more. Hold it. Anytime you need to come back to this, please do. I hope that you feel a lot lighter, a lot fuller of life, a lot more connected to your breath. And remember that you may not serve the God that I serve, but my God breathes breath into us every single day. And when we focus on it, we are higher vibrating. We are full of more good, positive energy coursing through our body. We create more room for that positive energy to course through our body, which means we create more room for new people into our lives, for loving energy into our space, for the world to function as God sees it fit for it to function for us. And we also focus on this mind, because as a man thinketh is how he is, right? And so I don't know scripture all the way word for word, but as a man thinketh, as you think, when you create space for positivity, you create space for good thoughts. And sometimes our own mind is the demise of our outcome in life. And I want you to start thinking more positively, more energetically, more securely, and more sound. And so practices like this help you to do that. But as always, more than ever, I tell you all the time, keep inhaling all that good life. Keep exhaling death and what does not serve you anymore. And this stagnant energy, it does not serve you well. It does not serve you well. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But keep inhaling life, exhaling death. And until next time, I will see you on the flip side. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you have not heard it today from anybody else, please know that I love you with the love that shares towards all mankind. Until next time, y'all keep breathing. I'll see you.